The modern world is a trap designed for the insecure. It tells you that if you aren't seen, you don't exist. It demands your face, your location, your thoughts, and your vanity. But look at the mariposa. It is attracted to the light not because it is good, but because it is blinded. It dies in the very glow it sought. In the world of high-stakes power, visibility is a tax. It is a vulnerability. If they know who you are, they know your price. If they see your face, they can map your emotions. The moment you become a brand, you become a target. You've been told that leaders are the ones on stage. You've been lied to. The stage is a distraction. The person on stage is a spokesperson, a puppet for the audience's expectations. The real leader? He's the one who owns the theater, stays in the back row, and leaves before the lights go up. Today, we decode the philosophy of the ghost leader. We will reveal why your desire for recognition is the single greatest obstacle to your ultimate power. Every ounce of fame you acquire is a pound of freedom you lose. This is the tax on visibility. Consider the billionaire ghost phenomenon. While the tech founders you know are fighting on social media for likes, the true architects of the global economy, the families who have held wealth for centuries, remain invisible. They understand a fundamental truth. Power is most effective when it is felt, but not seen. When you are visible, you have to defend your reputation. You have to explain your decisions. You have to navigate the cancel culture of the masses. But the ghost? The ghost has no reputation to destroy. He has no face to punch. In 2026, anonymity is the new luxury. It allows you to move between social circles like a phantom. You can influence the board of directors in London, then disappear into a cafe in Tokyo, and no one asks for a photo. You retain the most valuable asset in the world, strategic maneuverability. If they can't find you, they can't stop you. If they don't know you started the fire, they can't blame you for the smoke. Nature abhors a vacuum, and so does the human mind. When you are absent, people do not stop thinking about you, they think about you more. This is the law of strategic absence. The amateur leader believes that to control a situation, he must be in the middle of it. He micromanages, he emails at 3 a.m., he wants his name on every document. He is a slave to his own creation. The ghost leader, however, understands the architecture of the void. He creates a system so precise that it functions perfectly without him. But here is the dark secret. When you are not there, you become a myth. In your absence, your subordinates and your enemies will project their greatest fears and deepest respect onto you. They will ask themselves, what would he think? Is he watching? This psychological pressure is 10 times more effective than a physical presence. In 2026, the most powerful position is not at the head of the table. It is being the person who decided who sits at the table and then leaving the room. By removing yourself, you remove the friction of your personality. You become an idea, and you cannot kill an idea. You cannot argue with a ghost. History is not written by the people in the portraits. It is written by the people who paid for the paint. Look at the concept of the gray eminence, the advisors, the strategists, the shadow financiers who stayed behind the curtain while kings and presidents took the bullets. The ghost leader practices the inception method. He doesn't give orders, he plants seeds. He makes his vision so subtle that when his subordinates execute it, they believe it was their own brilliant idea. This is the ultimate form of control. Why? Because a man will die for his own idea, but he will rebel against yours. If you seek the credit, you are a child playing with power. If you seek the result, you are a master. The ghost leader has no ego to bruise.
He watches his rivals claim victory in the public eye, while he quietly collects the dividends in the dark. He controls the narrative by controlling the resources, not the microphones. In the age of digital surveillance, the only way to be truly sovereign is to be unmarketable. If they can't define you, they can't own you. So, how do you become a ghost in 2026? It begins with the death of the public self. First, stop announcing your moves. A lion doesn't roar before it strikes. It roars after the kill. Your announcements are just pleas for validation. Second, master the art of invisibility. Use technology to hide your tracks, not to leave them. Build wealth that doesn't scream. Build influence that doesn't have a face. Third, learn to be comfortable with being underestimated. Let them think you are unimportant. Let them think you are out of the loop. While they are busy performing for the world, you are practicing the dark stoicism of absolute focus. The world is moving toward a great noise, a chaos of voices, faces, and data. The only way to survive the noise is to become the silence. You don't need a brand, you need a legacy. You don't need followers, you need results. The door to the shadow is open. Most will run from it, back to the safety of the stage. But you know better. You know that the real game is played where the cameras don't reach. Stop looking for the light. Become the shadow. Because the ghost doesn't just lead the world. The ghost owns it.